You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
Welcome to the Life in Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike V.
And this your co-host, Colin Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
Top-notch players all around the world. Top-notch players all around the world. Today we got a very special guest, a hurricane legend, Miami hurricane legend by the name of Kenny Kelly. And I'm telling y'all, man, not only he did a thing in football, he did it in baseball. In the major league too now. And the thing is, He was the quarterback at Miami at one point, wearing number 15. I still remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember even watching him in the pros in baseball. When you get these two-sport athletes that just out there not doing it on a small, because we all try to do it in little league, in middle school, high school. No, Mr. Kelly, he did it on a big scale, you know, so he a legend, just living legend, just walking. A lot of people might walk past and don't even know he was big time, man. And well, in my eyes, you know, he still is, you know. And you know, this a guy, if you need some information and try to learn for his quarterback, any baseball skill, matter of fact, Miami might need to hire him right now to come out there and help them all, cause you know, they been struggling a little bit lately. You know, I ain't talking bad about them, you know, but they have. But man, Kenny Kelly is a walking legend, man. He done did it in the pros. He done did it in college. And I'm telling y'all, man, this is a top-notch baller. And he got his kids out here doing it right now. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let C-Mo bring him on.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing all right, fellas. How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. It's a blessing to have you on, man.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man. It's always good to get with folks, man, and we sit down and chop it up.
Yep. Always.
Yes, sir.
Coach, I want to know, you balled in football, you balled in baseball. When did you know, like, you wanted to coach? Because I had met you a few summers ago, and you was coaching one of the young quarterbacks. So you was getting them right. And I was like, oh, Coach, you could be doing anything in the world, but you're giving your knowledge and wisdom and advice to the younger generation. What made you know that, hey, this is what I want to do?
Fellas, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, when I was playing, in my days of playing, I didn't want to coach.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to play. I went to school and I got my finance degree, my banking and finance degree, and I always wanted to be a CEO of a company. You know, I love the stock market. I used to study the stock market, and I wanted to be involved. So when I retired, you know, I didn't want to get into coaching, man. I wanted to get in that stock market, man, and be a day trader and go work somewhere. So what happened was I got hired at Merrill Lynch. I was a finance advisor there at Merrill Lynch for about a year. So then I didn't like, you know, it's just hard for me going to people and asking them for their money.
Right.
You know? So I got out of Merrill Lynch and I said, you know what, maybe the banking field, the analyst banking field will be a little bit better for me. So I got a job at JP Morgan and Chase as an analyst. So I did that for a few months, and man, I tell you, I was like, man, you know what? Man, this right here is not for me, man. I think it's better for me to be outside sweating, and I got so much knowledge. You know, I've played with so many Hall of Famers, man. I've soaked so much knowledge up. I say, man, I need to be doing other things.
Right.
You know, I need to be out there teaching kids some things that I wasn't taught when I was young. So yeah, it hit me when I was at Merrill Lynch. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to get into coaching. And that's when I got a head baseball coaching job at Merrill Lynch. Ms. Patricia Barnes gave me my first opportunity when too many people wouldn't.
Right.
So she gave me my opportunity, head baseball coach. I was coach of the year my second year, and it just went from there. I just love dealing with the kids.
Now, Coach, with that being said, do you still use all that information you done learned in the financial department and banking and turn it in, just make it flip for you too, and as well as telling your sons and daughters like, hey, this is avenues that you need to know as well, so you have the sports and the real life ways of different ways you can make money.
Right. Well, you got to understand you got your sports life and then you got the real world.
Right.
And all my children's mom, we've done a great job. All of them, we've done a great job setting up things. Like my boys now, we got businesses set up for them, and where when they get out of college, if you don't want to work for anybody, hey, we got this set up for you.
Yeah.
So just trying to give my children the eyes to see, hey, it's it's other opportunities out here. If you want to be able to be, free and be able to do the things you want to do. So I try to bring that sports side of things, but also too, hey, you got to understand there's a real life out here that you gotta, on the financial side, you got to take care of yourself.
Now, Coach, I want to know how you end up picking the University of Miami to go to. Like, what's the story behind that?
Man, it was hard in high school. I was, back then you get letters, and I was getting hundreds of letters a day to the house. And you got to understand, I played 4 sports in high school, so I was getting scholarship offers in baseball, basketball, football, and track. LSU actually offered me I had numerous of basketball scholarship offers too, so I had to make a decision in my life. I couldn't play all 3. I couldn't play all 4 in college, right. So I knew 2 was stretching it, so I had to pick my 2, and just came about. It was football and baseball, So, but man, it's back then it was. It got to the point where I really wanted to go to Florida State. I was a Seminole. I really wanted to go to Florida State, but Coach Bowden at the time, bless Coach Bowden, and that was a good man. He was real up in front, honest with me. He was like, hey, listen, we got this older kid coming in, Chris Winkie. At the time, they wanted Anquan Bolden to play quarterback.
Right.
And he didn't want to play quarterback. I wanted to go to Florida State, but Coach Bowden was honest and upfront with me. He had a guy coming in that he really liked. And when I went to Miami on my visit, it was over.
Yeah.
It was over. It's just, Miami's just special. Man. Yeah. It's just family oriented, just meeting the former players, the celebrities down there. I mean, you go to people. I mean, Luke is awesome. I mean, they just take care of you down there. Yeah, and I just fell in love with that family atmosphere. So in them dogs, I saw that was coming in. Ooh. Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah, we was coming in deep, hot. Yeah.
And now you speak of the family atmosphere. Now I want to know a little bit about your family, like coming up, and who helped you to become the person that you are today.
Well, I was blessed. I grew up in a 2-parent household. Both my dad was started out as a teacher, and he was a head football coach at Plant City High for 8 years. My mom was a teacher. My dad ended up getting promoted into an assistant principal, and my mom ended up being a guidance counselor. So and all my aunts are teachers. So I grew up in an educated family where you had to go to school, and you better make good grades.
Yeah.
Or you didn't live on this earth too long.
Yeah.
So and you had to do the right things. So I grew up in a very structured environment. People, it wasn't the best neighborhood, but man, my neighborhood, Plant City, they took care of us. They knew. My neighborhood, one thing, I had guys there that back in the day, you had OGs that looked out for you.
Right.
They told, hey, man, what you out here doing on the street? You need to get home before I tell your daddy.
Yeah.
I had guys like that back in the day. So I was blessed to be able to be raised in that, in Plant City, in that neighborhood, and to have that city take care of me. And growing up with a family that supported me, and I didn't have to struggle for anything.
Right.
All right. Now, Coach, my last thing for you. Could you give us a little bit of insight how it was playing in the National Baseball League, like far as a professional?
Yeah.
Because it always confused me because they got all these different levels for baseball. And to me now, it seemed like once you leave college, you should be able to go straight to the pros. But I always hear this because I'm kind of a baseball fan, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I always understand they say, the bat different. The heel higher, this and that. So, but I still can't understand. It seems like to me it should be an easy transition, especially when you playing at a major college like Miami. Seems like it should be an easy transition from that to the pros. How it was for you?
Well, minor leagues is I mean, baseball period is a mental game, man. You got to be mentally strong. For me, it was tough because you got to understand, I went from playing in front of 80, 90, or playing against Ohio State in front of 100,000 people to going to minor leagues and playing in front of 50, 60 people.
Yeah.
You know, playing on national TV to playing in the backwoods of California or Kentucky somewhere. Yeah. Nobody don't know know where you are. Mm-hmm. So it mentally is tough. So you got to understand the process. So for me, it was tough. The process was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. But at the time I had family support. But it's just tough because with baseball, you have to work those levels. It's all about maturity. Baseball is about maturity. You have to go to those levels to understand the process. A lot of, like I say, mentally wise, man, you have guys that's in the pro ball that's been there for years, man. That you need, as a young guy, you need that experience to be able to compete with these guys. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was definitely tough, man. But I think the minor league process definitely helped me out because it gets you to understand the game,
right?
And it helps you. The minor league process helps you to get through the mental side of the game. Mm-hmm. You gotta understand. Like me as a quarterback, you go 3 for 10. You might not be, as a quarterback, you might not be starting too much too long. Well, in baseball, you go 3 for 10, you're an all-star.
Yeah.
So for a guy like me, I used to go, I go 3 for 10 in baseball, and I'm hot.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I want to be 7 for 10, 8 for 10, because in quarterback, in other sports, mm-hmm. you based on not your failure, but your success.
Right.
Man, y'all just heard a legend right here, man. Coach Kenny Kelly, he a father, a coach, professional athlete. He done did it all, baby. Top notch. Y'all heard him. He got offers. I didn't even know that. All kind of sports coming out of high school. So, this is a legend, Miami Hurricane legend, state of Florida legend. And he's somebody who's still out here providing the community, giving out great information. And he's somebody that I know a lot of kids need to hear from. And this is a great message that was provided today. And, man, I'm just so pleased to have him and had him come on and share his story, share his journey. And I'm going to leave y'all how I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. This is Life in Football Podcast. Catch you next time.